Hey, Jake, would you believe we have another new sponsor this week?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because you already sent me the talking points and we set up the microphones.
All right. I know.
So you can't really catch me off guard with this one, Blumenfeld.
Think before you talk. I'm clearly trying to make a point.
Nice try. You won't make a tomfool of me on this episode.
Beta Brand.
Ready to talk about Beta Brand.
BetaBrand.com. It's an online clothing community based in San Francisco. They design, manufacture, and release new products nonstop. It's kind of like the Kickstarter of fashion.
That's nice. Those are two things I enjoy. Yeah. Kickstarter and fashion.
Yeah. The way it works is that they crowdsource design ideas and then crowdfund them to life. So they have designs that prototypes,
like,
basically.
This shirt's dope.
Yeah.
I wish I could buy it, but it's not real.
Right.
If I fund it, it will be real.
If enough people...
It's a concept tee.
Yeah. If enough people agree to buy the design, then they'll actually produce it.
It's pretty chill.
And they have some pretty awesome shit. It's kind of unique clothing. If you're looking for like fresh duds that are like kind of you can't get anywhere else because they make it themselves, check out betabrand.com and actually check out betabrand.com/ifiwereyou.
Yeah, because otherwise
that way
they don't know that
you get 10% off all the clothes that they have. They have this really dope shirt that I kind of want. They did send us a lot of dope stuff, and one of which was this dope brown hoodie that they gave me.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was dope.
And that Oxford shirt that they gave you.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and then...
It fits really well.
I know, but this thing that I really, really want is this mushroom shirt. They have this, like, short-sleeve shirt with just mushroom designs on it. And if enough people actually buy it... agree to buy it, then they'll make it and distribute it.
Oh, that is pretty dope.
So check it out. Check out betabrand.com/ifiwereyou. I really do think that people who are listening to the show will like it.
Definitely. I'm actually looking at all their stuff right now.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Even though
your computer with this fucking stupid yellow hue.
Yeah, it's flux, so it makes my monitor a little bit more easy to look at night. So it's not as tungsten-y.
It's easy to look at, but like you can't see the true colors of anything.
No, yeah, sure. It makes online shopping late at night a little hard. But they also have those sweatpants, the sweat dress pants at Beta Brand, which
oh yeah, those are chill.
I'm a huge fan of like dressy pants that are also as comfortable as sweats.
Ooh, this shirt's pretty chill.
It's like you can get away with wearing pajama pants at the office. What are you looking at that you say is chill?
This shirt's like really dope. I can't tell what color it is because you changed the settings of your computer,
right?
But
I feel like you're focusing on the wrong thing right now. I would say you're not focusing on the right thing right now.
Yeah.
So like what do you like about that shirt? What kind of can you at least say the name of the shirt? Yeah. You're not even are you looking at an actual shirt?
Yeah, I am. I don't know. I honestly.
Is there a title to the shirt?
Yeah, it's a unicorn short sleeve shirt.
What is it?
Unicorn short sleeve shirt.
And you think it's a tight shirt?
I think it's actually really chill.
All right, that's good.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, I'd like to see the shirt. Can I have my computer back at this point?
Yeah. Do you want me to change this flux?
No, I don't, because it really helps my eyes. It makes it so it's just less abrasive for late at night. Oh yeah, this is a really chill shirt. All right. Check them out yourself. betabrand.com/ifiwereyou. You get 10% off your first order. It's a new way to shop for clothes online.
And it's a new advertiser, so you guys know what that means. It's a little bit extra important that you click through, that you buy a couple shirts. It's a little bit extra important that you spend upwards of $1,000 on their website.
It really should be a G. I really think you should spend a G.
That's the fairest.
All right, let's get started. This episode was so... I guess things got real, I would say.
I was charmed by us.
I really was taken aback by me. Enjoy.
If I Were You is a show that helps you know what to do. Maybe if you like it, you stick around for a while. Settle in and grab a snack, make yourself feel comfortable. Jakey and Amir gonna learn you something, make you smile. If I Were You, the podcast show.
boing, boing, boing. Boing, boing, boing.
Do you know what that instrument is?
Yes.
What is it?
I do know what it is.
Really?
Yeah. The spring flute.
That's close. He wrote it in the email. He says, I wrote you a theme song. Matt Gilroy, by the way. Thank you, Matt. Matt wrote, I wrote you a theme song 33% because I wanted to use the jaw harp in something.
Jaw harp. Now that you say it,
Yeah.
it does make a lot of sense that it would be called that.
At first I read
loved
it,
that.
At first I read it as Jew harp.
That is just any harp that you play.
Yeah, which is all of them. Look at this instrument. I did a Google image search for jaw harp. It looks like a
Wow.
metal vagina
That's cool.
with like a little metal floss coming out of it that I bet does the boing boings.
boing, 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 boing. Yeah, I dig that.
You know, I've invented a good amount of instruments in my day as well.
Nice, man. All right,
I've invented...
not asking what you invented. I'm not even going to go down that road because I know for a fact you didn't invent.
The face guitar.
And what's that?
It's when you tape floss from your forehead to your chin, and the area in between is sort of acts as the whole of the guitar.
Okay.
And you flick
The whole
your
of the
tongue.
guitar. What does the whole of the guitar do?
It's
I just like if you're good at inventing instruments.
it adds resonance. Dick.
All right, so that's one instrument.
Yeah.
You said you invented many instruments.
Yeah. The toe drum.
So these are just different parts of your body that you use. What's the toe drum?
The toe drum is when you
Sounds like
wrap
you're inventing it
No,
right
I'm
now.
not. You saran wrap your feet, and what results is this percussive, but it's like a sort of a dense thud. So like it'll sound like this.
That's not a dense thud. You're clapping.
It does sound a lot like a clap to the untrained ear. I also invented an ear drum. Not what it sounds
We're
like.
born with those.
All right. Thank you, Matt Gilroy. Much appreciated. This is If I Were You, the only advice podcast on the internet hosted by us. I'm Amir.
I'm Jake.
People will email us, ifIWereYouShow@gmail.com. They're in difficult places, sticky situations in their lives, and we do our best. We do our darndest to try to advise these people out of their terrible places. We always do a good job, and that's why people listen.
We always nail it. We actually have done 163 episodes.
Yeah, this is 164.
And it's a perfect game. Every single end of the episode, we high five and say the perfect game streak continues.
Yeah, we're 386-0 in terms of questions nailed.
Amazing.
If this is your first episode, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We will nail it, and I think you'll find that we did it. And then at the end, you'll be like, that was pretty nailed.
That was pretty darn near perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Recapping in my brain, it was perfect.
Not one flaw. We didn't mess up. We didn't misspoke or
Not
speak.
one stutter,
once.
not one stutter, one pregnant pause, or even not one stutter,
not
one pregnant pause, or even a start over among any of it.
Exactly. So we will talk in a way that it's always direct. We do not waste, or we don't
waste a breath.
We don't waste a breath. We don't waste a word.
We finish our thoughts,
and we
don't.
We figure it all out. Well, not like it's like improv in terms of like
it's on the fly, it's unscripted, but unwarranted.
Or
would
not
be any
unwarranted,
criticism.
unnatural.
It's not unnatural. It's not unnatural.
It's natural and it's good and it's fast and it's terse.
And we know what the fuck we're doing.
And we don't waste a time. We don't waste one time.
We don't waste it at all.
That's the best part about it. So we'll be like, these are the questions, these are the answers, and that's like boom, 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 boom.
Boom, bing, ba, ba, boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing.
Yeah, and like...
Now watch me whip.
I am watching you.
Well, now watch me nay-nay.
Don't tell me what to do. Just let me enjoy the song.
I saw you whip, and
fine.
I blinked for a split fucking second, and I missed you nay-nay.
It was that fast.
I thought I'd be able to catch you whip and nay-nay.
He must have nay-nayed so quickly.
It was the quickest nay-nay.
It was almost
I did watch you whip.
Yeah. No, I saw the whip.
Yeah.
I feel like you only nayed once. I watched you
No,
nay.
yeah, and then he's like, now watch me nay-nay. And then he mentions toot. Watch me,
yeah.
watch me, watch you what at that point?
And then isn't that the same song that goes, now watch me duff, duff, duff,
Oh, yeah.
duff, 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 duff. What is duff?
Oh, we should watch the music video.
It'll explain all of it. Every year or two, somebody realizes that the most popular songs are just a dance. Created, of course, by the Hokey Pokey or Macarena of the mid-'80s.
Or the Mambo number 5.
Yes, I remember back in the
that
day.
wasn't a dance. That was more of a...
Everyone did the Mambo number 5.
Yeah.
And in terms of other dance songs...
the Electric Slide.
Of course, you have the Electric Slide. You have
Teach Me How to Dougie.
And yeah, that one was more like asking advice onto how to Dougie rather than explaining how to Dougie.
Teach me how to Dougie.
The Soldier Boy. Superman That Hoe would be an example of a move that was explained during the song itself. And then lastly, of course, the big one, which I think we're all thinking of right now.
Yeah.
Will you let us in to... I mean, I'd hate to even say it because it's so obvious.
The Cha-Cha Slide.
Exactly. The Cha-Cha Slide. Do the Hustle. That's another one. Oh, I can mash potatoes. Maybe that was the first one. The twist.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one.
So like we said, we don't waste any time on this show.
Right into it.
All right. We need the name of a lady. These are real emails from real people. We're giving them fake names to preserve their anonymity. Let's give this lady a fake name. Do you have one off the top of your home?
Not a problem. Yeah, I do. And it goes a little something like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the house says, come on, let's slide to the liquor store around the corner. The boy said, I want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. I did. Oh, how about the girls from that song?
A little bit of Sandra in the sun. So let's do Sandra.
My friends are trying to convince me to try out for the next season of The Bachelor. I actually think it could be pretty fun, but here are some things I'm worried about. 1, I just got out of a year-long relationship a week ago, which is actually the reason I started listening to your show. I needed something to laugh at. And it seems like it could be too soon, especially considering on the off chance that if you win, you're supposed to get engaged at the end of the season. 2, everyone expects you to have sex in the fantasy suite, which I'm totally not down for. And I'm definitely not down for dating someone who goes to sleep with 2 other girls in the fantasy suite. Maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Also, please make sure to change my name on the show. Love, Sandra.
Love, Sandra.
Do you think she's getting too ahead of herself?
Yeah, because she went from considering trying out to the Bachelorette or the Bachelor to winning.
Yeah, and wondering what her life would be like when she does win.
Yeah.
I wonder if she realizes that the chances of her getting on the show are 1 in probably a million.
Right.
And then the chance of winning from there is so infinitesimal.
Right, of course.
And then she's wondering if you're this hung up on the premise of the show where you're not down to date someone who's going to sleep with 2 other girls in the fantasy suite.
Right.
Don't say that on your interview.
Yeah.
That means you won't get on the show at all.
If that's a deal breaker... Then you failed to understand the very conceit of the show.
Yeah, it's like
you're down to date somebody who's going to date 50 women at one time,
but you don't want to date someone who's down to sleep with 2 other girls in the fantasy suite. It's like I want to. This is the equivalent of like I want to buy a lottery ticket, but I'm afraid what am I going to do with all the cash that I win?
Yeah,
only it's not like winning the lottery. It's a long shot without any of the reward.
Right, because the entire, I mean, I guess this is sort of me editorializing it, but it seems like the entire process sucks a lot. Like, you don't want to be somebody on that show. People watch that show as a guilty pleasure to, like, talk about how dumb everybody on the show is.
Right.
Like, isn't that what the show is about?
I don't know. I have not seen the show, but I can only imagine.
I've seen too many episodes. But I was watching, like, The Bachelorette, where it's a bunch of dudes vying for one girl.
Right.
But I mean, it's like, it's the worst people in the world.
Has anyone come out of that show a winner?
Yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 couples, maybe it's just 1, that are still together and like they
I don't even mean together and kids. I mean, like, does society deem them a winner? Like, when they walk around, are they well respected, well regarded?
I think the people that stay together are.
Have they?
And actually, a lot of the women who are the actual bachelorettes, like I think they're liked.
They are well liked.
But like, I don't think any of the men are. Maybe they are. I don't fucking know enough about the show. It's completely insane. It's so awful.
Am I getting ahead of myself? She asks.
Yes, because you are. She did say, like, I don't know, on the off chance that you win, you have to be engaged to the person. Also, I'm totally not down to date this guy.
On the saying it is an off chance is such like a she thinks it's like a 1 in 100 shot.
This girl's also like sort of weighing, like, I don't know if I want to do it. Should I go on the show? Like, she was offered.
Yeah, she's acting like she was.
There's so
offered
many
a role.
people who are like clamoring and like trying so hard to get on this show, to get married to the Bachelor, that they're willing to fuck him basically publicly. So the fact that she's like sort of considering trying out and doesn't want, I guess, like, if you really think about it though, she's the ideal candidate because she is maybe still has feelings for an ex, and is totally jealous of the other girls that the guy's going to have sex with.
Oh, so maybe she's just delusional enough to be a good candidate.
Maybe so. And if she's like going to throw a fit about him sleeping with other people, then that could make for good TV. I don't know. If I was a producer, sure, maybe I'd.
In fact, she's going to be on she's going to win next year, and we're going to read this email.
I feel like you could almost be on The Bachelor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't have to be a female. Oh, I think I could be the Bachelor.
You could be the Bachelor.
You're
the right age. You're not quite attractive enough.
Aren't they like big hunky dudes?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you're not quite attractive enough. But like you're the right age. You have a good amount of success.
Oh, it's usually successful.
You're like a
people.
nice guy. Yeah, and you're not like unfit. You're like good enough.
You know, I was thinking about trying for the Lakers. They have like a summer league open. What is it called? Open tryout.
Oh, right. But what's your jersey number?
Exactly. I'm just kind of afraid. Like, where do I go from there? Like, what if the locker room's uncomfortable? What if the travel schedule doesn't jive with like if we have like the pilot going and stuff like that?
I know. That's
like I don't want to like start that process. You know.
I get that.
And like there was this Jeopardy quiz where you take a quiz and you find out like if you can be on Jeopardy.
Yeah, but how would you spend your money once you won?
Exactly.
It's like do you invest
if I'm a 5-time champion, is that's negative attention? So I don't want to I don't want to have that hanging over me.
Right.
Do you think I'm getting ahead of myself?
No. I mean, it's good to think these things through.
I'm always 45 steps ahead.
Also, in the best case scenario too.
So our advice to this lady is.
I guess don't worry about winning right now.
Right.
Let's take it one step at a time. Do you want to try out for The Bachelor? You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, but you also don't have to be on it if you try out. If you're interested in the audition and how that process will go, you'll probably learn a lot more about the show going forward. And then, as you're taking step after step in this process, and by the way, who knows if you actually will? My guess is you won't. Mm-hmm. But then you'll be able to make an educated decision a little bit closer to the actual event.
Right. I'm sure it's not just like they put you on camera and then it's like you're on and you're out.
Yeah,
it's
you'll
like,
talk to some producers and stuff.
You're going to the next step. I would say audition. Sure. It could be a fun day.
Sure.
If you like waiting in a long line.
Yeah, you might just be like in one of those 6 block lines on Hollywood Boulevard in the hot sun. You go in for your interview and you have sunstroke.
As a producer walks along the line and taps the girls he deems unattractive and like, if I'm touching your shoulder, please just leave. You're fine. You go. You're fine. Go.
Our Bachelor wouldn't take any of you into the
fantasy
the fuck suite. Oh, what's it called?
What is the fantasy suite?
I think that's like at the very last stage. I do know a little bit. The very last stage when you have like 2 or 3 people left, they give you like an overnight date where you basically have a sleepover, and I think it's supposed that everybody fucks in there. Yeah,
you're supposed to boast.
It's not a requirement. We don't live in that kind of dystopian future, but sort of we do, huh?
But sort of utopian future. All right, next question. Question the deuce.
What the deuce?
Nice.
Stewie Griffin.
It's not cool that you know who said that.
It's not cool.
We need a guy's name. How about Stewie Griffin?
It's not bad. Or how about Lou Bega?
Nice. Lou Bega writes, "Hey guys, so this past weekend I fucked up big time. Friday night I had a party at my house. Pretty normal night. I got a little too drunk. We were all swimming and at 2 a.m. I found myself in a hot tub with 2 other girls. One thing leads to another and the girls start getting naked and hooking up. Amazing, right? Wrong. I have a girlfriend who lives in a different country over the summer. But being an extremely fucked up 19-year-old kid who hasn't had sex in almost 2 months, I allowed the situation to escalate. Now they're completely naked, fingering each other, and they begin to take off my swimsuit. I resist at first, but slowly allow it to happen. Now they're on my lap, hooking up, but I refrain from actually kissing either of them. This goes on for about 15 minutes before I come to my senses, clothe myself, and go to bed. The next morning, I was mortified by what I had done. I never actually kissed the other girls, and they never jacked me off or anything. Also, there was no way my girlfriend would find out because she doesn't know these people and no one else was there. So the question is, do I tell her what happened? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. P.S. Do you think Matt Damon has ever ordered something on Amazon, clicked on submit before realizing he didn't want to send the package to his primary address, so he quickly changed and canceled the order while he was submitting, but he couldn't cancel it in time, so he had to call Amazon customer service and cancel the order and reorder it to the correct address? Thanks, Stewie Griffin.
Don't think Matt Damon's ever done that.
No, I don't think so
I
either.
think he knows exactly what he wants. I think he knows where it's going. I think he clicks checkout. And I think he's an Amazon Prime member, and I think he gets there in 2 days, free shipping. Actually, now that I think about it, his assistant might do it all for him. Follow-up. Do you think Matt Damon has lots and lots of addresses as his Amazon thing?
Like he
Like
looks
it's
at
an old apartment
list.
he used to live in,
Right.
a college dorm.
His ex-girlfriend,
Yeah.
a brother, or his parents.
Right. Or do you think he keeps it pretty clean, only relevant addresses in there?
I think the answer is that he keeps it pretty clean. I think he keeps everything pretty clean.
I think he's very
keeps everything
streamlined.
very tight.
I think, I feel like he doesn't even have a lot of unused apps on his phone.
Oh,
I think it's
not at all.
That's streamlined.
Yeah, it might even all be. He might be a one-pager.
Yeah, but I don't know about the one-page thing. I think it's a little hokey because it's just so many folders.
Yeah.
You're not actually conveniencing yourself. You can't swipe and click. You have to click, search, click.
But I don't think he even has that many apps enough to.
There's no way. There are too many native.
Facebook. You think he has Twitter?
I think there are too many native apps to just be on one page. Do you think that every app that comes with the phone fits on one page exactly?
I think so. And
you think he doesn't have a single convenient app?
I think he has the only apps that he has are like iPhone games for his daughters.
Interesting. But so you think that doesn't go to the second page?
I think it fits on the bottom row. I think he has an iPhone 6 Plus.
I think
Gold.
you're making him too curmudgeonly.
No.
You're saying a plus.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a plus.
I think he has a 128 gigabyte Gold Plus.
No chance. He's got a 6. Let's find out.
All right, let me call Matt Damon.
If anybody can find out what kind of phone Matt Damon has,
We'd really appreciate it. As for this question...
Oh, he cheated on his girlfriend.
Do you think so?
I don't understand this fucking rule, because I've
The no
been
kissing
there
rule.
before.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You can be naked while 2 people are fingering them, like each other on top of you, but it's not cheating because you didn't French them?
Yeah.
You went to the bases beyond.
Yeah. It's like...
I realize he didn't necessarily go to the bases.
Right. This is like the whole, like, I can have anal sex because it's not sex.
Right. But cheating is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm. It's like, if you're saying cheating is kissing, then you're being a bit too literal. The reason kissing is part of cheating is because you're, like, find yourself emotionally or romantically involved with somebody else.
Right. Kissing is an expression of the cheat, which is straying from your loved one.
That's right.
But if your loved one was over in her whatever country is like, you were in a hot tub with 2 girls, did you kiss them? I didn't kiss them, but you didn't kiss them.
They did finger each other, and
It's
I was
fine.
I was
It's fine,
naked. They
baby.
took off my shorts.
I get it. You didn't kiss them?
I did not kiss them, but they were.
You're sure you didn't kiss the naked girls fingering each other on top of your hard dick?
I didn't. Yeah, they might have touched my dick, but they didn't jerk me to
They
completion.
didn't jerk you off?
No. Well, they
And
might.
you might have jerked yourself off watching
of
this. That's
course.
fine.
I
You
didn't-
didn't kiss anyone?
I did not.
You
no, I
didn't
did-
smooch one of the naked babes fingering her friend?
One of the girls' faces were close to me. I might have rubbed my lips against her neck and cheek, but I didn't actually make the.
I will
I didn't
say
make
that
the
if you're the
suction
kind of
kiss.
fucking cool ass dude that this happens to,
Yeah.
like just don't have a girlfriend, because then you can fully embrace a threesome without feeling guilty.
It is hard to let go of a threesome
This
is
not-
a unicorn.
Yeah, this is not something that happens a lot throughout your life. You're 19, you're in a hot tub, you're throwing a party. Your girlfriend doesn't know any of your friends that would come to a party, by the way. This information can and will get out. Besides the point. Embrace this life that you get to lead. Not every 19-year-old has this happen.
This is you saw a triple rainbow.
More than that, each girl that was naked there was a triple rainbow.
Six rainbow.
It's a septuplet.
Septuple is seven.
Sevens. You're
Sextuple.
part of the rainbow too. Each of them is 3, and you're the 7th rainbow.
And what you're doing is you're putting on blinders because your girlfriend doesn't want you to see rainbows.
Well, it's not that the girlfriend. Don't put it on her.
Yeah, that's why.
She doesn't want him
Yeah,
to see
she doesn't
rainbows.
want him
That's
to
the
cheat
only
on her.
reason.
Yeah, you shouldn't cheat on someone because it would break their heart.
And it also is supposed to break your heart to break their heart. It's a many-laned street, Blumenfeld. It's not her anger and fear that should be.
So what is it?
It's a mutual respect.
So let's say this girl shouldn't cheat on her boyfriend, just as this guy shouldn't cheat on his girlfriend.
Right.
Isn't it because you don't want to hurt the other person?
That's different than you saying the only reason he doesn't do it is because she doesn't want him to. You're also supposed to not want to.
I'm getting lost in this argument. Should he tell his girlfriend what happened?
It's a really tough situation. I probably wouldn't.
That being said,
Just because you already did it. But I think the only way you can really make it right is by breaking up. And you can be vague. You can say, hey, I think we should break up because I cheated on you. Mm-hmm. You say, I think we should break up because I can't give you the respect that you deserve. Did you cheat on me? Not technically. That's what you'll say.
and I'm sure she'll have no follow-up
With any
questions.
luck, she is railing as many dudes as she can over
that'd be
in
nice.
Europe or South America, wherever
Australia,
she is.
perhaps.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, Africa.
Africa, definitely.
She's probably in the Congo or the Sudan. She's in Chad, fucking a guy named Chad.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So you have fucked up. Mm-hmm. You have made a grave error. But the silver lining here is that there are people that want to have threesomes with you. So be single, don't be a shithead, and you can have threesomes guilt-free.
You know what is going to happen? He's going to break up with his girlfriend, and then this thing's not going to happen again. What he
not
caught
true.
was a lunar eclipse. It's a supermoon. It happens
very
once
least
every
you can-
84 years.
You can do it. I think it happens once every. It either happens a lot or never.
Oh, so it's rare that you only have one threesome. Would you say that most people have 2 or more threesomes or one threesome?
I bet it's more. If you've had a threesome, you've had it more than once.
Interesting. It's kind of like tattoos. More people have multiple tattoos than just one.
Right, because once you do it, you realize how fucking amazing it is.
Oh no, I already know how fucking amazing it would be. Don't get me wrong. That's not why I'm not having multiple threesomes. I get that it's good.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you had to bet on me having a threesome in my life, would you say yes or no? Keep in mind I am 32 and a half at this point and I haven't had one.
But you're also single and successful, and you're getting hornier as the days grow longer.
The more we get into summer, the hornier I get. It has to happen in August. Once the days get shorter,
I'm not
I
sure
won't
you
feel
care
horny.
about doing it.
I guess. Oh, you're like, it's not as big of priority. Like I don't. It doesn't drive me or anything.
Yeah,
like
you
I would
don't-
like it, but I would like to stumble into it.
Right.
But if I made it my mission, my goal, if we had nothing else going on, you think I could pull it off?
I don't know. It's a weird thing to make your goal because, I think people say it's really hard to have a threesome when you're really trying. You kind of do have to embrace it, but you have to find ways to insert yourself into a situation where it could happen.
Is there a Tinder for threes?
There at least was when me and Jeff and Dave Rosenberg were trying to invent it.
Yeah. A threesome Tinder. It's just all dudes. That's the problem with the threesome
Oh, I think
Tinder.
we were talking about like group Tinder. Like me, Jeff, and Dave could have a profile on Tinder.
Oh, that's
It'd be
the grouper. It's
Yeah, but
a
like
triple
grouper, you
date.
don't know who the fuck you're going to go and meet up with.
Oh, it's a blind thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
so you
would be
want-
like, it would be me, Jeff, and Dave, joint profile.
Oh, and so everybody
and like
has
a group
three.
of 3 girls.
I think what I've heard since Grouper existed is that they started doing that. Like you can swipe groups left and right.
That's smart. That's exactly what it should be because people swipe Tinder in groups too.
Oh, that's true too. So what would you do if I were you? You would not tell the girl.
I would not
But you
tell the
would
girl
break
because
up.
I'm a coward, but I would also break up with her because you can't keep on doing this.
Right. Does she have a right to know?
Yes, of course.
I'm just not going to tell her. I guess I wouldn't tell her either.
Duality of man, brother.
Especially because this guy thinks he did a good thing. He's like, he cut it off. It could have been a lot worse. But he might as well
which
have
is
done
like,
it.
You want to scold him a little bit. Like
Right.
you didn't. You were not a noble
guilt-free.
gentleman.
Nah, you were
This
not
is-
in the jacuzzi.
I guess it is like a pretty insane feat to like have 2 naked girls fingering each other on top of your naked body and to not kiss them or like. I mean,
come to
be
your
perfectly
senses.
honest, dude, you don't have to lie to us. You definitely did something. Something else happened.
What he did is almost a lose-lose because it's like he sort of cheated on his girlfriend, but he also didn't get to have a threesome.
Yeah,
He should have just gone one way or the other.
right.
I guess I would be too afraid to tell a girl too that this happened.
Right. I mean,
I don't
at
know.
this point, the relationship is over. To me,
Right.
I don't think you come back. There's no world where the conversation is like, "Hey, I had a threesome. I want to stay together." Like that's the worst idea.
Oh, well, maybe he could do that. He could be like, hey, full honesty. Listen, I want to stay together, but I want you to know that this happened.
That's so fucking dumb. But yeah, that's an option.
if he wants to move forward with his girl only,
Right.
that would be the thing to do.
But clearly, you don't.
Yeah.
You do right now, but you don't really.
So you got that? You got that, Stewie Griffin? Embrace the rainbows.
A little bit of Monica is all you need. A little bit of Tina sets you free. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Gloria all night long. I don't know
Mary.
the words.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. More questions right after this. Hey, dude.
Yo, buddy.
What's the most important number in your life?
69.
Oh, my God. No, I was saying I have to ask you to leave the room.
Yeah.
I really do.
What I do.
It's not
I
your
friggin'
age
blew
and
it.
it's not your IQ.
I'm a
The most important number in your life is your credit score. And what's the easiest way to check your credit score? I'll tell you, it's CreditKarma. What I like about CreditKarma is that they don't just show you a score and send you away. They break down your shit so you can see what actions you can take that'll affect your score and what actions you can take to improve your score.
Yeah, they'll also tell you why your credit card, like specifically, not just like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. It will literally say something that you did
Yeah.
that you could fix.
Yeah, I tried to check my credit score a couple years ago, and there's like a lot of like real shady sites. It's just such a weird, shady system. Like,
It's crazy. You're
this no
putting in
fees.
your social security number
Yeah.
to a website that is giving you like 19 pop-ups.
So
it doesn't feel good.
You don't know which one is good until now. Believe us, trust us. We've used bad ones, and this one is great. CreditKarma. It's not only a website, but it's also an app, and it's easy to use, and it's free. There's no catch. They never ask you for your credit card number. Everything on the site is free. So if you're curious to see what your credit score is now, or you're maybe in a place in your life where you have to give someone your credit
necessary.
score in the future, you don't have to pay for your credit score. CreditKarma.com. And you know what? If you're curious as to what your credit score is right now, because you might be an adult entering adulthood, just text "if I were you," all one word, "if I were you," to 89800. they'll send you a link to download the free Credit Karma app, and then you'll pretty much know your score within a few minutes.
Yeah, I should do it. It's almost like getting tested for STDs. It's just something it's information you should know.
This is actual public information about you. Credit Karma is just able to access it and show it to you in a cool way. Then, like we said, you'll get free tips and suggestions on how you can manage your credit, free credit monitoring, and free alerts with score changes. We used Credit Karma. We highly recommend Credit Karma. The way to get it, once again, is to text "If I Were You," IFIWEREYOU, to 89800. They'll send you a link to get the app for free, and you'll find out, indeed, what the most important number in your life is. It's your credit score. Check it out today. Thanks, Credit Karma, for sponsoring this episode. Thanks to you guys for supporting us. Thanks to you guys for supporting Credit Karma. Off we go. Back to the episode. Thank you. Good night. Namaste.
You didn't let me talk for so long
And we're
just
back.
now.
Recording this before Montreal, releasing it after Montreal. One of those, by the time you hear this, our adventures will have been had.
Right.
But we did go to Las Vegas last weekend, so we could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your time there?
I did. I had a lot of good time. I crammed a lot of stuff into just a few short nights. We had a good time, I would say.
Yeah. Night number one, we saw Rick Fox.
That's true, which is always a thrill, an
That was
honor,
a thrill,
a pleasure,
and
a joy.
Pleasure. It was a joy.
He is
It was an
my
adventure.
spirit animal. He is my rock. He is my center.
mentor.
Yeah.
I his mentee.
He is my teacher, and I his student. A funny thing happened to me when I was ready to leave Las Vegas. It was like 2 a.m. I was going to drive early the next morning. So I was like, you know what? It's 2 a.m. I lost half the money that I came here with, but at least I have some money in my wallet.
Do you feel comfortable saying how much money is? I think it helps the story.
Okay. Let's just say I brought $1,000 because I
you
did.
did.
Yeah. And I had $500 in my wallet still. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I had fun in Vegas for 2 nights. I only lost $500.
Right.
That's perfect.
It's not
bankrupt.
perfect, but it's not.
Yeah. Break even is great. Winning money is like, that's the seventh septuple rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Losing 500 could be worse.
Right. Because
I
you
could have
didn't
lost
you
it
didn't
all.
Right. Exactly.
Walking back to my room, and a lady card dealer, blackjack dealer, recognized me and my buddy from the year before. We had played with her.
Wow.
And like we were being drunkenly flirting with her because she's a
And
very
she
attractive
remembered
blackjack
you
dealer.
from a year ago?
She remembered me because she thought I looked familiar. I guess she had seen some of our videos or some of the prank videos, and then she said that she followed me on Instagram.
Which is a huge get because
Yeah.
she knows how popular you are
Exactly.
on Instagram.
She saw, at the very least, she sees the life that I've led.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, yeah, how are you doing? I sat down and I wanted to play blackjack with her. But she was at a $100 minimum table, which is 8 times more than I've ever done for a minimum. We usually play $10 to $15 a hand. It goes a long time. And she's like, well, I could change it to $50. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And
But
then
still also being like,
Yeah.
this is 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
what I usually. All right.
So instead of buying in with $200, I emptied my wallet and I said, yeah, I'll have $500 worth of chips. This is everything I have. I'm like, I really hope this lasts
So you
a while.
casually sat down and you're like, I guess I'll do $500
Yeah,
worth of chips.
I
And
said,
that's
but-
literally all the cash. Did you hide your wallet a little bit?
A fly buzzed out of it when I took the 500 out.
A button.
And I was like, at the very least, this will give us another fun moment with this lady that we can sit, hang out, play blackjack. Maybe it won't last very long. Maybe it will. And she gave me a stack of $25 chips. And within 4 minutes, it was all gone. I had lost 9 hands of blackjack in a row, 9 straight up, one of which was double down. I did not get a single glimpse. I borderline busted every time. The 2 times that I didn't, she got a 20 or 21.
How?
It was
what
just,
are the statistics of
I think it's
losing
very
9
rare
hands in a row?
because I think they have a slight advantage, so it's almost like losing 9 coin flips in a row, which is like 1 in 1,000, I would think.
Jesus.
More than.
Had she ever seen anything like it?
She says it's rare to lose 10 times in a row, but she had gone through one time like the entire deck where somebody didn't win. I did do some things wrong, so I guess the stats were not 100% in my favor, and even if they
you
were,
didn't go
I was
by the
still
book.
like, yeah.
There were times when you hit when you shouldn't have hit.
Like 13 against a 2, where I was kind of like, I might as well hit because I feel like she's going to get a 20 or something small. I was playing on tilt a little bit towards the end, but I would say it was still a rare feat. And the problem was I was trying to act so cool, so I was just like, nah, this is just fun money. But in the back of my head, I'm like, damn it, it took me all weekend to lose $500, and then I just did it in 4 minutes in front of this girl that I thought was attractive, and I try to act cool, and I'm trying to act like it's no big deal. While my friend is just like, he knows what's going on, so he's just like, quietly squeezing my shoulder like, I'm there for you. I also don't want to act like it's a big deal, but it is. And then she felt bad for me too, because she took my money, and I had to at some point I'm like, I'm reassuring her, and she's like, I'm sorry, I feel bad. I'm like, no, don't feel bad. I mean, you're just doing your job. This is fun. This is money that I came to lose. I was like, oh no, that was a round trip flight to New York. Yeah. That was a really nice carpet for my room that I said was too expensive to buy a week ago. That was 40 dinners that I think that are priced a little bit too high.
Yeah.
So that was a fun moment. My friend gave me like $200 to gamble with again. Like I was basically borrowing from my friend.
So you're going into debt, $1,200.
Yeah. And I turned that 200 into 500. So I was able to make 300 of the 500 I lost back. Oh. But it was like that moment in Swingers where he like checks in and just gets 3 chips and he loses right away.
Any Glenn.
Yeah,
any Glenn will do.
A Glenn Livet. Only I didn't actually meet up with her and her friend after it. So it was all the bad part of Swingers without actually meeting up with them after the shift.
Maybe someday you'll like start to date her or something. You guys will fall in love and you'll get to like really, really talk deeply about what that moment was.
Oh, that was really nice. And then when I propose to her, it'll be like with a $500 ring. And she'll be like, this is so cheap and chintzy. And I'd be like, I know, but the $500 actually has a lot of significant meaning to me.
Yeah, but she'll be
and then she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know what you make. You can drop $500 in Vegas for a fun time, and you can't drop $500. You can't drop more than that for a ring for your wife.
And then I'm like, I can't believe you're making this moment about something as trivial as the value of the ring. The ring is just a symbol of my eternal
value
love
of
for
of the relationship. How eternal is $500? I get that. So then you guys spend a life happily ever after.
Right.
I didn't do any of the stuff you did, really. Yeah. I lounged by the pool.
Yeah, you had a pool Vegas.
I had a pool Vegas, and it was a cool Vegas. As I got there on Saturday morning to lay by the pool all day, and it was 60 degrees and raining.
Yeah, that was an eye-opening experience.
I still went into that river thing, the lazy river or wet river
at the MGM.
At the MGM, and you just sort of you get a tube, you have a drink, you go. It's like a quarter mile of sort of like a windy maze of pools.
Right.
It was just frigid, but I did it
gray
anyway.
And drizzling.
And then I wrapped myself up in a blanket and I took a nap by the pool, under an awning, so I wasn't getting rained on.
Yeah.
And I woke up and it was like a full on hot day. So I got 2 good hours in by the pool.
That's a good microcosm of Vegas. You come in expecting one thing, and it's often not what you get. You can do it in different ways.
But then in the end, it is perfect.
Yeah, and by the end, you're exhausted, sad, tired, and borderline broke, ready to leave forever.
It beats you up, and then you miss it.
We have shows coming up in Toronto, October. You can check those out. JakeandAmir Toronto, or If I Were You Toronto, one live podcast and one other comedy show as part of the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. Anything else? Should we get to the last question?
Let's do one final quest.
It's the final question.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Need a guy's name.
Trent.
Trent writes, hey guys, I desperately need your advice. My amazing girlfriend of over 2 years has one huge downside. Her house is extremely smelly. She lives with her parents and they have a lot of pets. I'm not exaggerating. They have 2 lizards, 2 geckos, 1 turtle, 2 tortoises, 2 frogs, 1 snake, 2 cats, and a moldy dog. It's like a frickin' reptile and amphibian enclosure at a zoo. Obviously, with all these pets, her house has become really pungent. Imagine rotten food and animal that had died last week. Leave it out to dry in the sun and then inhale those ungodly fumes. That's the stink right there. It is so hard to breathe without wanting to gag or running outside. Also, More insult to injury, none of her family seems to mention or notice the stank. And they don't clean up, too. The smell is equal to the mess. It's absolutely nasty. It's like one of those extreme hoarder homes where there is a dusty crap everywhere and you feel the need for a chemical bath after entering. I'm sorry for the long email, but I really don't know what to do. Do I mention it? Do I just leave it and breathe through my mouth? Does my suffering make me a better boyfriend? I can't stand it anymore. Please help. Thanks, love, Trent.
Whew. I will say your suffering makes you a better boyfriend, but you're complaining about it like this.
This is him venting, though. This is, I think, the nicest thing he can do. Remember when we stayed at that Airbnb that had a turtle?
Yeah.
That was nice. It was a little bit stinky. You just smell like the aqua, and you just like see a moldy like tank.
Yeah, you're grossed out by animals.
So imagine that, but then there's also lizards, geckos.
How is there a turtle
tortoises.
And then 2 tortoises?
Yeah.
They're not the same?
I would definitely.
Why don't you just say
imagine.
3 turtles?
Yeah, and then there's 2 lizards and 2 geckos. You can just say 4
lizards.
Mm-hmm.
Let's condense it.
Yeah,
You did apologize for the long email, so let's go through. I will tell you, you can condense a couple of the
2 frogs and a toad.
Yeah. Is that true?
No, but there's a snake and 2 cats. That seems like a bad idea. That seems like an emergency waiting to happen.
Oh, that's a good idea, though. What if you just release some of the animals so they eat each other?
Oh.
Pit animal against animal.
Who would survive
the
this?
snakes? All right. This is how it goes. The snakes eat the geckos and the lizards. Then
Yeah.
the cats eat the snakes. The
Yeah.
dogs eat the cats.
Yeah, this is like
so
a
you're left with a
cartoon.
dog and 3 tortoises.
You clean the tortoise, you wash the dog, and then you eat it all. It's like a turducken. You stuff the tortoise inside the dog.
Tordoggin.
Yeah, turducken. So what would you do if your girlfriend's house smelled like shit? Could you say, in a nice way, let's not go there, it smells really bad?
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever say it, but I think I would just like more and more suggest alternatives. Like, oh, let's hang out at my house. Like, let's make this part of this house like our own. This is our own little corner. I love when we hang out here. This is my favorite place for us to be.
Yeah.
Positivity. And then the absence of talking about her house and that space will show her the true feelings, but in a nice, polite, subtle way.
What do you imagine this house looks like, this Stinky house? Because I'm imagining dark gray or almost black shag carpeting.
Oh yeah,
and like really thick furniture that when you tap it, you can see dust rise up out of it through the sun that comes through a Venetian blinds, but like metal Venetian blinds that like were hot in like the late 80s. But they're kind of bent right now.
Yeah,
like bent tin Venetian blinds a little bit, and then the tank is sort of the only thing that's illuminated, but like there's only like one bulb working.
Right, there's lots of grime on it.
Yeah, grime, like a grimy dark brown,
like a bag of crickets for the snakes and the geckos.
Oh yeah, and the freezer has newts, cubed frozen newts that you have to feed the lizard and gecko.
And like a little bag of dead mice for the snakes too.
For the
so like
snake,
the feed is sort of like spilling onto the floor too.
Yeah,
the dog needs to be walked.
There's a TV.
Like, kind of whimpers.
There's a TV with antenna, like
playing
rabbit
Fox
ears
News
antenna.
all the time.
Yeah, and it's like sort of it's the, what is it called when it's like scrolling but not really necessary, like on a VHS player where the image is scrolling up.
Yeah,
and then when you hit the TV, it straightens up for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I would I would just still not say anything to the girlfriend. I mean, she doesn't mention it?
Because I think they're so used to a smell. Have you ever been in a room that's so stinky, but you're in there for 2 hours and then someone walks in and they're like, holy shit, it smells in here.
Right. But I understand,
I understand
the parents feeling like that. Like if they're hoarders and they're living there all the time. But his girlfriend she goes out and sees the world as this boyfriend does.
Yeah, and then she comes in.
So she must be aware.
She should be. Especially of the stack of the dry yellow newspapers that they have that they refuse to throw out.
Right.
And they're so dry at this point that when you lift it up.
I can't get rid of these.
Yeah.
These are important.
To a blind man, it feels
I'll organize them. Yeah. Don't touch them. I'll do it.
TV guides from 1993. And then like...
Don't throw that away!
When you touch the newspaper, it really feels to a blind person like he's touching a baked lay or a Pringle. Like that's the same consistency. Mm-hmm. Thin and crispy.
Yeah.
The paper would be thin and crispy. So what can you do at this point?
I already said what I can do. You just keep on describing the house.
A ceiling fan that hasn't worked in a while, so that there's cobwebs that are attached from the roof to the ceiling fan, and you see it and you're like, must have taken years. There's a nest. a nest on there. So months that this circulation.
And what's the
hasn't
art on the wall like?
Oh, the art is posters, old posters, like from a dentist's office.
Oh yeah, with like plastic frames that are sort of like the frame part on the bottom is out.
It's starting to like slide out, and it's the poster of a painting with the information about where that painting is. Yeah, it's like it shows like where it was and where they got it.
Right.
Like somebody bought this poster at the Louvre because it's a poster of the painting at the Louvre, and the frame, like you said, is either plastic or maybe like a brushed gold metal, but it's still falling apart. Yeah, for sure. What else do you think? What are the bathrooms like in this home?
I feel like you want to say.
All right, there's a carpeted top on the top of the toilet seat cover, a carpeted toilet seat cover, a Kleenex box, but not any Kleenex inside of it on the septic tank.
Oh, there's a septic tank in the bathroom.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And then water
mildew on the shower curtain.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
every towel in there is
brown
wet.
dots.
Every single towel is wet.
Just soaking wet. It can't ever dry because it's so dank and dark in
9
there.
toothbrushes on the sink, but only 4 people live there. The gecko has 2 brushes.
Six bristles on each brush. Some of them just the stick. What's going on here? This is where the Yellow King lives. I would think I would have to say something. Right? You can't not say anything.
I'm sorry, I don't like going to your house because I don't like the odor.
Yeah, I really can't stand it. And then let's see how she reacts to that. If she was a nice person, she would commiserate. She would feel a little bad at first because you're basically insulting her family.
Yeah, I think that's maybe if you do say something, the one thing you have to be prepared for is the backlash.
Right, she's gonna
because
get
to you,
defensive.
it sort of feels like cathartic. Be like, I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable in your house. It's kind of like I don't like the smell. Like, be polite, and then she's going to be upset. So the one thing to do is be really patient with her being upset by you.
Right.
You know, like you can't also get defensive because 2 people being defensive is no bueno. So she'll maybe get defensive and you say, I know, I understand. I'm sorry. Get that it's hard to hear.
Do you apologize?
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry that this is the way I feel. Those kind of apologies, there's like, I'm sorry about how you feel about it. Like,
yeah, it's like, I don't feel bad, but I'm sorry about how you reacted to that.
Yeah, but you never want to apologize like that. Like, I think you have to say, I'm genuinely sorry that I know this is going to hurt your feelings, but I'm saying it because I believe it's going to make us stronger in the long run.
Right.
And I'm trying to do it as sensitively as I possibly can.
I remember the word for the VHS that rotates up and down, scrolls up and down. It's called tracking.
Nice.
You can adjust the tracking.
And that's our show.
Yeah. VHS rewinder in the media cabinet, and that's it. Just a VHS rewinder.
Oh, but no,
like a
no
high
play,
speed.
no VCR.
Yeah. All right, say something if you have to. What if you actually have to? Go for it, but be prepared. All right, that is it. That's our show. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. If you have your own questions, your own theme song submissions, please send them over to ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com. We also need Facebook images for our Facebook account whenever we post about the podcast. We use original artwork created by our talented fans. Everything, the email for everything from top to bottom is ifiwereyoushow@gmail.com. Thank you to Matt Gilroy for writing the opening theme song for this episode. And thank you to Charlie Bird for making the closing theme song.
Thanks, Birdie.
Thanks, Charlie Bird. We'll be back next week. Namaste, Toda. We appreciate you. Much love. Goodbye. And see it. And signing off. So to sign off one more time is here we are signing off to you. Wasting no time, wasting no words. Arriba. See ya. Bye-bye. Perfect game, Charlie Bird.
If I were you with my top 2 Jews, Jake #1, Amir #2, email them in your trickiest problem. No conundrum too big is able to stop. First, they're likely to put you on blast. Don't worry, old stove, it won't last. Sooner or later, they'll give you advice and do what they say. Don't think twice. Do it like Jake and fuck that time, or make it into math like Amir this time. Yeah, Blumenfeld is a bit of a nerd, but the pinch don't flinch. Haven't you heard? They may pluck some snacks from Nature Box. Awesome MeUndies, pants and socks. But even that is good funny shit, and all of that is just about it. If you're telling me this don't impress, a Starbucks suicide for you, I guess.